Hello, everyone. This is ICO Talk. My name is Yelena, and today my guest is George Bunea, CEO of IPXX. Hello, George. Thanks for joining us.
Hello, Elena. Hello, everybody. Thanks for having me.
Okay, great. So please, first of all, tell us about the project, what it's all about, and what's the main idea behind.
Well, we are doing custom data mining from 2011. And one of the major problems that we encountered in custom data mining was the low liquidity of IPs. IPs are valuable assets, and it's very hard to find them when you need huge volumes. So coming with the blockchain and the integration with the blockchain, we just discovered that we can actually solve all the problems. Why is that? Let's say that you need 10,000 IPs for a certain project. It's very difficult to find them to a single supplier, to a single entity. And you will probably have 100 IPs to a supplier, another 50 IPs to a supplier. And which every supplier you need to have traditional contract, you need to have long international payments, and everything goes very, very, very slow. All these traditional business model problems are actually solved by integrating with the blockchain, because the traditional contracts become automated smart contracts, and international payments are also solved by the blockchain capabilities. So for us, it just came as a natural consequence of our traditional business model, just to move forward and integrate everything with the blockchain.
So, but whom this project is made for mostly? Who ordered those IPs mostly?
Well, for our business model, we have a business-to-business business model. We have our actual solution is an enterprise solution, and all the big data companies are asking for huge volume of IPs. So basically, this is the first client target from our business. But the idea is that offering simple solutions to share IPs, actually everybody can benefit from it. The first use case is the VPN. We are not a VPN company, we are on the big data, but the first consequence of IP sharing will be that actually everybody will have a VPN on his computer. What's different than the traditional VPN is that there will be a lot of flexibility. You can actually use an IP for 2 minutes, for 10 minutes, for 2 hours, for 1 week. So you'll be the one that will decide how much time you need for an IP, and you don't actually need a subscription for that. So our target, it became clear to us that the target will be also the end user that actually needs an IP for his personal tasks, but we will still continue to increase our clients, because now we really have huge problems with IP liquidity. We could actually attract more clients, but we don't have enough IPs for them.
Okay. Do you know anything about the figures? So about the volume of the market in figures? Are there any?
Well, from what we discovered, of course, we did a lot of research on this direction. We discovered that the VPN market is around 60 billion per year. What was very interesting, now we have offices in Zurich and Bucharest. In Bucharest, we have great internet. Romania has one of the best internets from the world, and we have no restrictions. We were a little bit amazed when we discovered that actually 25% of the daily internet users are using VPN. And then we learned that there are a lot of restrictions and censorships out there, and that's why most of them are using internet actually to have access to different media content, whatever, because they have different type of restrictions. And there are also the security reasons for using VPN. Now, coming back to the big data, here it's a little bit difficult to find clear market numbers, because it's such a vast domain, but actually nobody did statistics about it. We discovered a little bit that there is around 200 billion per year, but I think it's much higher, this this business? I can't really say.
Mm-hmm.
I estimate around 250 billion now,
Okay.
but I really think it's much higher than that.
Okay. Are there any your competitors on the market? Any similar projects?
From what I know at the moment, I haven't seen any similar project.
Really?
Not actually. We are. How the idea came? The idea came because we actually are trying to solve a problem for our business, and we were surprised to see that actually nobody thought about solving the liquidity problem for IP addresses. I mean, we would have expected to find 2, 3, 4 similar projects. I hope they will come now. Because it's good to have more projects and more people doing the same thing. It creates awareness. That was our first problem when we started discussing about our project. People don't really know the huge requirements for IPs.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Okay.
it's something natural, and everybody has an IP and is just using it, and he doesn't know that behind there is a huge industry, and there are a lot of use cases where huge volume of IPs are required.
Yeah, okay. And what actually is the current stage of development of the project? What do you actually have for today?
We have a working product, but for enterprise solution, like we said, and it's not integrated with the blockchain. So basically, what are the next steps from the technical implementation? First, we need to create the user experience, the UI, to have an interface for the end user. And secondly, integrate with the blockchain for all these processes to be fully automated and in real time to make the payment and IP matching and sharing.
Okay. And now just a few words about the team of the project also.
So we are 3 co-founders for this project. It's me, George. We have Sergio and Xavier. All the 3 of us are entrepreneurs for quite a long time. Some for a very long time, like Xavier. He's a well-known entrepreneur worldwide. And we have offices in 4 countries. We have offices in Switzerland. That's where the project is based and managed from a Swiss-based company. We have offices in Romania. In Romania, we have around 45 employees. We are doing most of the development in Romania. We have a small office in Brazil of 7 people, also specialized on big data and machine learning algorithms and artificial intelligence. And we have a small office, just a representative office, newly opened in Canada. We will see if the market is good there for us. We're still doing some research. And if everything goes well, we will increase the office there. The plans are to increase at about 100 people this year, mainly on technical teams like software developers, user experience designers, designers, and that's the focus.
Okay, I see. Let's now speak about the ICO. Tell us, please, first of all, about the soft cap and the hard cap.
So we started the soft cap of 6,000 Ethereum. That was the soft cap that we initially defined. And the hard cap was defined in US dollars. It was $9.8 million. But we raised pretty much in the private investment. We were pretty surprised and also happy to see a huge interest, especially from strategic partners. Actually, our clients from the traditional business, they were very interested about the project. And we raised a lot of Ethereum in the private investment, and we just set the hard cap in Ethereum at 10,800 Ethers. So basically, now we will have 4,300 Ether more for the public sales.
Okay. And will you please explain why this particular sum? We want to know more about the roadmap of the project.
So the first and very important aspect is the legal and compliance departments. That will consume a lot of resources because being a worldwide business, we need to really be very careful with all the regulations and restrictions that are all over the world. There are countries where VPNs are not accepted. Probably most of the authorities will put us into the VPN category, and we really need to be very, very careful with that.
Okay.
Also, the technical implementation is pretty challenging in terms of integrating with the blockchain, not because it's difficult, but because blockchain is a new technology, and we really need to have good and flexible specialists. So it will be quite challenging in always paying attention to new waves of technologies, because blockchain now, it's great, but still has some problems, and we really need to be very flexible and see what will bring the future. So we need really valuable people for that. So we created a really good cost estimation, and that's the figures that we came out.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask you about about your tokens. Will you tell us the key benefits for your token holders?
So basically, the system will be structured on two major layers at the beginning. The first one will be the IP sharing layer, where we will actually create the technical solution that will allow every actor all over the world that actually has an IP connected to internet to share his IP worldwide to whoever he wants. And the second layer will be a framework, and let's call it a marketplace, where companies and service providers that need all those IPs or huge volume of IPs can actually create projects and use our software development kit and APIs to integrate with IP exchange ecosystem and use all the IPs that are there. So the tokens will be, first of all, used as a payment method inside the ecosystem, like in order to make it very smooth. Every requester and provider of IPs will have their matching, and their payment will be done instantly between them. And also it will have a governance system that will be, the governance will be done by the token holders who want to take part on the governance. Actually, they will be the ones that will accept and vote and allow new applications to be approved in our framework and marketplace, like I said.
Okay, and what do you personally think about the future of the ICO market in the world?
Well, that's a question everybody has. And honestly speaking, I don't know. I don't think I can really see the future. I have some opinions, though. Some regulations will come. That's for sure. Everybody talks about them. Everybody tries to raise a signal that it's need for responsibility. Investors need to do very in-depth due diligence before investing. There were some unpleasant situations when some of the companies that did ICOs just took the money, and that's not good. We just hope that the regulations will be made by people with a really good understanding about the blockchain ecosystem. Actually, they will try to protect the investors and will allow the companies to continue raising funds in this friendly way, because it's a pretty friendly way. And for me, it's just fantastic that actually people that have $1,000, $2,000 can take part and invest in projects all around the world. It's something great, and I just hope everything will stay the same. Also, although it's needed like some sort of system to put the companies to register themselves to some sort of central authority. Okay, I'm this company, I will do an ICO, you're there, everybody can check you. And what's very important is that even now the companies that are running ICOs, they should be very transparent, and they should put the details out there. This is the company, this is who we are registered here. most of them are doing that. Actually, the ones that are just focused on delivering the product, they have no problems in being transparent.
Okay. And now, just in conclusion, to sum it up in 1 or 2 sentences in very brief, why should I invest in IP Exchange?
Well, if you like the freedom of information and you want to be part in a multi-billion industry, it sounds a little commercial about this statement, but that's the truth. If you like the project and the team, just do it.
Okay,
and
George.
Be careful, do a nice due diligence and be pretty...
Sure, yeah.
You already did that.
Okay, George, then thank you so much for this interview and for being with us today. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Have a good day.
Okay, and I remind you that today my guest was George Bunea, a CEO of IP Exchange. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and watch more interesting videos. Bye-bye.